What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Brando Dude here. We are going up against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. No changes to my deck list yet, so we're still playing the same 60 card build. You guys have made comments about increasing the high spirits to 3, maybe reducing bestials as well, and also like I'm playing too many bricks with bricks as in this board breakers. But yeah, listen guys, I hear your comments. This is just a testing on this deck list. Maybe I'll make some changes, maybe I won't, but yeah, anyways, just enjoy the duel, I guess. So we're going up against Ryzeal Mitsurugi. We open Thrust, Super Poly, Cartesia, Aluba, Diffusion Deployment. Opponents opens Prosperity, Futsu, Mitsurugi. With the Mitsurugi cards, I'm just going to use the first name or certain names, not going to say the whole name. Saji, Mitsurugi, Ritual, and Ice Ryzeal. We are going first, so we're not going to get hit with any interruptions. So we're going to go full combo, show Fusion, Deployment, summon Cartesia. We're going to normal summon Aluba, get access to Brand Fusion. We're going to activate Fusion, it's not going to get hit with Ash. So we're going to go summon Albion the Branded. And then we're going to trigger its effect to go into Libellion. And then Libellion is going to discard. We're going to use Libellion and discard Cartesia. We keep Thrust because obviously I wasn't sure what my opponent may have. I was thinking maybe there's a Nibiru or a Bestial, you know. So we keep Thrust, hoping that if monster effect is activated during main phase, we can activate it. We then summon Mirajade, obviously our boss monster. We're then going to summon Bestial Libellion. Libellion here is going to place, we put Brand Lost because we can still perform a fusion summon. I said Super Poly, then go Cartesia effect, summon Grand Gugno, Chainlink 1 Greg, Chainlink 2 Lost. With Lost we add Albion Strike. We don't add Mercury because there's a good chance we'll be able to add Mercury during our opponent's turn when we perform a fusion summon. With Grand Gugno we send Ad Libitum. We then go Shrouded. I send a copy of Opening just in case, you know, we need to protect our fusion monsters from destruction. And also, you know, right now with Ryzeal Detonator going around, you kind of want to put an Opening in your grave as soon as you can. And we draw into Fusion Deployment. Not a good card for now, but at least it's something for when it comes back to our turn. We then proceed to end phase. Albion is going to set Brand Red. We don't have a way to summon Dragon Lord at the moment, you know, with banishment. So we go Brand Red because we have Adlib in the grave. Cool. We then go Cartesia to add itself to hand, and with this we pass our turn. Opponent draws for turn. He draws Mitsurugi Prayers. I believe that's what he drew into. Goes to main phase, activates it is Ritual. So he's going to summon from the deck. I think it's summon from hand. So he's going to tribute Saji and Kusanagi, summon Futsu from hand. On res it will be Saji, Chainlink 1 to add a Ritual card from deck turn. I don't know if it's a Ritual spell. And then Kusanagi is also going to add a it's going to target a Mitsurugi card in grave and add it to hand. Saji, what is that? Oh, Spell Trap. So he's going to add a Spell and Trap. Cool. So he's going to add spells to his hand basically. So he's going to add back Ritual. And with Kusanagi, Saji is going to add Prayers to hand. He's then going to activate another Ritual again, but this time he's going to summon from deck. So he's going to tribute Futsu, summon Ame, Chainlink 1 Ame to Raigeki our board, Chainlink 2 Futsu to add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand, I believe, and then reborn itself. But to this we go Chainlink 3 Mirajade here. This was not a good option because we literally saw our opponent add Prayers to hand, which he's going to activate here to tribute his army. So we're going to end up having to banish our own card, but that is totally fine. So Prayers here is going to tribute Ame to add another copy of Ame from deck. Mirajade here is going to end up banishing itself. We don't banish Grand Gugno because we have only one copy of this, so we want this to resolve if possible. And then Futsu is going to add, I think it's Prayers to hand. I think he added Prayers and then summon itself, and Ame is going to Raigeki our board. We don't protect with Opening because Grand Gugno can trigger its effects in a graveyard. New Chain Ame will trigger because it was tributed. He's going to add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand, and he's going to reborn itself. Cool. Moving on now, on the resolution of Ame, we're going to go Grand Gugno. No interruption, so we're going to summon Quem. Quem here will finally dump a copy of Albers, but it will be Chainlink 1 Futsu because Futsu says if your opponent special summons a monster, you can target one reptile monster in your grave and special summon it. It's a once per chain effect, not a once per turn. So yeah, turn player, Chainlink 1 Futsu, Chainlink 2 Quem, Foolish Barrel. We're going to Foolish Barrel Albers, so that way Rinbrim in grave has a copy to banish, to special summon. Moving on, my opponent now is going to normal summon Ice effect. He's going to summon Sword, Chainlink 1 Sword, and we go Chainlink 2 Rinbrim to summon Albaz. That's going to resolve. So Sword here is going to search a copy of X Ryzeal to hand. So now we know he still has a way to summon level 4 bodies, but on a new chain, chainlink 1 Albaz to perform a fusion. Opponent chains Ame, forcing us to discard or Albaz gets negated. That's totally fine. We discard fusion deployment. We use Ice, summon Albion, and now it's going to be chainlink 1 Albion, chainlink 2 Quem, and it's going to be chainlink 3 Lost. Obviously, my opponent here tried to trigger a Futsu, but Lost is going to prevent him from doing this. Don't worry, I notify him. Then it's going to be chainlink 3 Lost, as I mentioned. So with Lost, we get that Search of Mercuria. Finally, we're going to summon Albaz with Quem because we have Super Poly, so we can break his board a bit. And Albion is going to summon Chaos Star Source, which is going to pop both his level 4 bodies on the field. We're trying to prevent him from XC summoning. Moving on, my opponent now is going to, he's going to activate Prosperity. He banishes Eclipse, Typhon, and King of the Pharaoh Imps. I'm not sure if King of the Pharaoh Imps is maybe they play 2 copies of it, but Eclipse Twin, most probably playing 2 copies of that in the extra deck. Cool, that resolves. He molds Cross, Sword, and Ice, and here ultimately he decides to add Sword to hand because that's where he can get that free special summon body, basically. Moving on, nothing on rares from our side, but now my opponent will summon X from his hand by saying Aggregator. It will only be chainlink 1 Aggregator because X can only trigger its effect if there are only level 4 rank 4 bodies on the field. Special summon Sword from hand, but now here we decide to go, we activate Super Poly. We're going to send Quem, X'd, and his Ame Ritual to summon Priscinium because we're trying to lower the number of level 4 bodies on his field. Unfortunately, here my opponent chained Futsu, and I completely forgot that Lost is supposed to prevent this from happening, so that is a slight misplay that I forgot and was supposed to notify he can't do. Moving on, we activate Brand Red where we banish Adlib and Chaos to summon Predaplant. Here, now at this moment he activates Futsu, but now I tell him he can't, so it's kind of dumb how I forgot the first time. But on a new chain it will be chainlink 1 Adlib, summon Mergate, chainlink 2 we're gonna go Predaplant, target Sword to make it level 1. So now he still can't rank 4 XC summon. Moving on, my opponent sets the Mitsurugi Prayers and both copies of Prayers and passes turn. End phase we're gonna go Mergate, banish the copy of Futsu. Titan will summon Quem, and we will activate Cartesia to add itself to hand, and we'll pass turn and draw for turn. We draw into Jerusalem, pretty good, because the Mitsurugi rituals are dark monsters, so we can sort of banish them. Here I only change Albaz and Albion to attack. I should have changed this because I was pretty confident that maybe we could win this game right now in the battle phase. So I didn't change Quem to attack. So we attack Sword with Albion the branded. Honestly, the 1500s. So we attack with Albion. On attack declaration of Albaz, my opponent activates Prayers, tributing Kusanagi to summon Ame from hand. Obviously here I didn't chain Jerusalem, obviously because our board is full, but if let's say we had a space on the field, I think is we saw our opponent add a copy of Ame to hand. Add a copy of Ame to hand, so I'm not sure here he can special summon from hand or grave, so we never knew where he was summoning from. So anyways, the whole point is board is full, doesn't really matter. So chainlink 1 Ame to Raigeki, chainlink 2 Kusanagi to add Prayers to hand, and now he Raigekis our board, but this time we protect our fusions with opening. Moving on, we don't attempt to destroy it because his monster is 3200 attack, so we don't want to lose Priscinion. We decide, we'll go to main phase 2. We don't do much here. We just summon Cartesia from our hand because Alba is engraved. Thing is, with Cartesia, we don't have anything good to fusion summon into at the moment. We don't really have anything good to fusion summon into, but we just put Cartesia there just in case something happens and we can perform a fusion. And also just as an extra body on the field, to be honest. Opponent draws for turn, he draws into Node. Does he have an Xyz monster? Yes, he does have an Xyz monster in his grave. Moving on, a main phase. Now, opponent enters battle phase because he wants to get rid of Cartesia, so I guess that was a good idea for us. Even though we had nothing good to fusion into, cool, at least he entered his battle phase. In battle phase, still, my opponent's going to activate Prayers, where he's going to tribute Ame to summon Kusanagi. And then chainlink 1 Kusanagi to add Prayers to hand, and then chainlink to Ame to summon itself, and also add a Mitsurugi card. I'm not sure if it's specific on spell and traps, kind of forgot. But to this, we're going to chain Jerusalem, banishing Ame from the grave, so that's why when it reborns itself, it's basically going to Raigeki, so we're stopping that completely. It's going to add Prayers to hand, and he's going to add Ritual to his hand. Cool. Here my opponent just scoops. Yeah, I guess he didn't have any plays. I mean, sure, he had Node, he had the Mitsurugi cards, but I don't think he had enough to tribute for it, I guess. But yeah, Node, Predaplant was going to deal with it, so yeah, he had nothing there. Game number 2, guys, we open Fusion Duplication, Banishment, Adlib, Quem, and Thrust. Not really a good hand to draw since we're going second. Opponent opens Node, Bonfire, Mitsurugi Prayers, Ryzeal Cross, and Veiler. So he's going to go full combo. Activates Bonfire, searches for a copy of X. He's then going to summon X and Aggregator. X will summon Sword, Sword search Ice. Overlay to Feral, add Saji to hand. Normal summon Saji effect, add Ritual. He's then going to activate, which one is it? The Prayers? Yeah, Prayers is going to add the Ame Ritual, and now he's going to activate Ritual. I'm saying all. So he activated Prayers, now he's going to activate Ritual, where he's going to summon from hand, so he tributes Saji and Kusanagi from deck, and now he's going to go Chainlink 1 Kusanagi only to add Ritual back to hand. He's going to activate Ritual again to summon Futsu, Chainlink 1 Ame is going to add Prayers, and then reborn itself. He's then going to summon, he summons Ice Ryzeal, Ice Ryzeal says, yeah, Hand of Fields, by sending Feral to the grave. So now his 2-level bodies goes into Duel Drive. Duel Drive here attaches. Luckily he drew into the field spell, so he's going to activate field spell. If we had Nibiru there, we would have cooked that board. But anyways, Ryzeal is going to, Duel Drive is going to trigger, so he adds Sword, and he adds Node, I believe, if I was correct. But anyways, whatever the case is, he adds 2 cards. Going to go field spell, draw into Bonfire. He's going to summon Node by sending Bonfire from hand, and then, summon Node, and then Node effects discarding Bonfire to reborn level 4, and he's going to overlay into Detonator. Detonator here will attach the Aggregator, and then he sets Mitsurugi Prayer. So he has the Veiler, he has Ame, it's going to force a card out of our hand, and also the Raigeki as well. Detonator to pop 3, Ryzeal Cross to negate, and also Futsu just to reborn a Ritual monster. Not Ritual, a Reptile monster. Cool, moving on, we draw for turn, we draw into opening. Not really a good draw, but we'll see what we can do. Normal summon Quem, gets hit with Veiler. So reason why we summon Quem is because I'm trying to force out a monster effect. So luckily for us we did. We then go Thrust, opening, to which our opponent chains Ame. We will discard Banishment for that, and we'll banish Adlib of opening's effect. Summon Aluba. Here we're going to use Aluba effect, but to this my opponent is going to chain Detonator, target Quem to pop, and then he's going to negate Aluba with Cross as well. So yeah, we then go Thrust, searching Brand of Fusion. Luckily for us, we're going to activate Brand of Fusion. Opponent is going to chain Detonator to pop Aluba. We're going to summon Albion, and now we're going to go Albion, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, unfortunately will be Aggregator, which will Chainlink 1 Albion, which is going to get negated by Aggregator, and Futsu will be Chainlink 3. Chainlink 3 there to reborn a Reptile. So yeah, cool. We don't fusion summon, but Kusanagi is going to add Prayers back to hand. We're going to summon, what's his name, Lubellion, and then here my opponent is going to activate Prayers to tribute Ame to summon Saji, and then it's going to go Ame effect. Chainlink 2 will be Saji, so he's going to add Prayers to hand. Ame will summon, or will add a Ritual, add the Mitsurugi Ritual, summon itself, and he's basically going to now Raigeki our board. We don't, sure, we have Fusion Deployment hand, but I decided to scoop because the reason why is because if I set Fusion Duplication right, what's going to happen is I either sacrifice the end phase effects because Detonator still had a pop, and let's say I did sacrifice them. If I activate Fusion Duplication, I believe Ame, he can chain Ame, and basically because I can't discard a card, it's going to force Fusion Duplication to be negated, if I'm correct on that ruling. I think that's how it works. Yeah, so that's why we scooped. There was no way we're going to be able to play through it, so we go to game number 3. Game number 3, we're going first. We open Thrust, Regain, Droplet, Quem, and Fusion Duplication. Opponent opens Ice, Prayers, Saji, Droll, and Futsu. So we don't have we don't really have a good hand. So we're going to send summon Quem, send Brand of Fusion. We're going to set Duplication, set Droplet, and activate Regained. Pass turn. So yeah, we just have Duplication to try help us here, and also Droplets in a way as well. Opponent drew for Imperm for turn. Main phase is going to activate Imperm, negating Quem, activate prayers, where he's going to tribute Saji at Kusanagi. No, wait. Yeah, prayers, yeah. He's going to summon Kusanagi from hand. What happened here? Yeah, you can tribute one, you can add one. Apply these effects in sequence. Yeah, so Kusanagi channeling 1, channeling 2 will be Saji, where he's going to add a ritual spell, Mitsurugi spell from deck to hand. So he's going to add Mitsurugi ritual, and he's going to add back prayers to his hand. He's then going to normal summon ice, summon sword. Sword here will get a search, obviously it will be X. And now here we don't do anything, we decide to let him just overlay further. So he goes into Duel Drive. Duel Drive's effect to search, we do go Droplet to negate that. Opponent summons X, sending Aggregator, channeling 1, X, channeling 2 Aggregator, negating Regained. He searches Node. And then here I believe we do go Fusion Duplication. Yeah, Duplication, where we're going to send Albaz, and we're going to send I think we send Tragedy. Yeah, we send Tragedy here because we're going to end up discarding a card in our hand, so we want a card to we basically need to draw into a searcher. Here I was thinking I should maybe have sent Serenia that way, because he didn't summon Ame Mitsurugi yet, so he could Raigeki our board. So I was thinking of sending it, but I decided, you know what, let's just see, hopefully we can survive the turn, and then we have a Luba for next turn to get a search, right? So yeah, channeling 1 Lubellion, channeling 2 Tragedy. No response, we add a Luba, and we're going to fusion away into Merjade. Now here, yeah, I underestimated how much my opponent could actually do, because we don't have an opening grave. Yeah, we're going to get kind of cooked here. Opponent overlays into Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. To this, we're going to chain Merjade. Yeah, may as well get rid of that card, because he's going to bounce Merjade ultimately. Get rid of it, and then my opponent still has enough to cook, so he's going to activate Ritual to summon from the deck. Summon Ame by tributing Futsu. So it's going to be channeling 1 Ame and channeling 2 Futsu, which is going to add Prayers Chant. And now here he can't summon it because it wasn't properly summoned. So Merjade gets banished, destroyed. But then we go channeling 1 Merjade, and he chains Ame, to which we're going to discard a Luba. So yeah, here unfortunately I underestimate how much damage my opponent could put on the board, because he's going to summon Node discard to Reborn, and then he's going to overlay into Dugaris. Dugaris here is going to boost Ame to double its attack, so it's at 6-4, and yeah, he's going to enter battle phase, and we unfortunately literally have nothing, so we end up losing game number 3. So yeah, in that position I should have sent Albaz and Serenia, so Serenia can dump a branded opening to protect Merjade there. I should have done that instead. We would have been in a better position, but yeah, unfortunately we end up losing game number 3 there. But yeah guys, that was the gameplay. Sorry for that one misplay of summoning a level 4 body when Lost was supposed to prevent you from doing that. But yeah, unfortunately we ended up losing game number 3. I underestimated how much damage my opponent could put on the board, and also yeah, the Mitsurugi cards was able to just blow up our field. Should have sent Serenia to dump an opening. But yeah, that is the duel guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers guys.